You talked a little bit earlier about how back in spring you felt really light at that defensive line position. If Coach would have told you back then that you were also going to lose Pat Lewandowski and Randall Dent, I mean, would you think you'd be sitting here today feeling comfortable in that position? I mean,
well, obviously, Coach Wyatt has a good pulse. He had a good, he had a plan, and the plan came into play, which was good. We knew we needed help at the defensive line position, and so in recruiting we went out and got that help. It just wasn't here in the spring when we'd like to have it. Losing Pat, was a surprise. It was kind of a scary deal because, like you said, we didn't know what we were getting in these other guys. We lost Pat, and we lost Dent. We're just trying to make the football team the best it can be and put guys in positions where they can both help the football team and help themselves.
Did you and Coach Wyatt sit down and talk about? Did he come to you and did you see that these guys could be offensive players? Or in your mind, were they always defensive guys?
No. Obviously, Randall, he's gone back and forth already, and so we knew that Randall could play either or. Randall has just been kind of filling in where needed, these past couple of years. With Pat Lewandowski, he was still maturing physically. He was still growing, getting stronger, getting bigger, and so once we saw that he could put on the weight to play in the offensive line, we felt that he could help us as far as his athleticism. Help us in the offensive line. So we felt good. We felt really good about being able to move those kids. I've always liked to been a fan of bringing guys in that in the defensive line, and if they didn't make it in the top two deep in the D line, then always moving them over to be able to play offensive line. It don't work all the time, but at least they have some athleticism where you wouldn't have recruited them on the defensive line. So.
Did you recruit Josh Williams when he was in high school?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. He was. I was at Nebraska at the time, and we got let go during his recruiting process. But I did recruit Josh when he was coming out of high school.
And what kind of college career did you think he was going to have?
I thought Josh would be a good football player. He was really. I knew Josh as a high school guy. I think he was like 215 pounds, something like that. He was tall, but he was really lean and skinny. And so, he had the length that you look for. And you thought that, if he would grow into his body, he would be a pretty good football player. And obviously, he has done that.
What do you think of him now that you have him every day?
Josh is he's a pleasant surprise. He really is. He's a really smart football player, very intelligent. He really picks up things really quickly. He asks great questions in the meetings. He's a good leader out there on the field with the guys. He's kind of blended in with our guys real fast, and they really like him and they really look up to him.
What does he do best on once he plays?
I think Josh is so long and so tall. I think Josh does a really good job with his hands, getting his hands on the offensive line or the tight end, and controlling his gap responsibility. And then when it's time to pass rush, he's shown us that he can pass rush a little bit.